This is the year the bad bitch that knows they don't have to be skinny in order to be a bad bitch. This is the year the bad bitch that wears whatever they want to wear because they know they gonna look good regardless. This is the year.
Hello YouTube, and welcome to the Body Honesty Project. My name is Lydia, and today we are doing another video on Tess Holliday's beauty standards. Now, the last time that I did an F Your Beauty Standards video, I focused a lot on the beauty standards that Tess Holliday does that the rest of us simply don't have the time or money to do. I mean, Tess Holliday spends more on her nails per month than I spend on all my beauty regimens for the entire year. So, as Michelle McDaniel always says,
Tess Holliday is a little funny when she says the whole F Your Beauty Standards thing, because it really should say F Your Beauty Standard, like no S, like not plural. Like just one thing. Because there's only one beauty standard that she doesn't follow. Not having a slim, sleek, more fit appearance. And that's it. That's the only beauty standard that she doesn't follow. So the whole F Your Beauty Standards thing is kind of like, I mean, maybe change it and then it will be more true.
And this video is specifically about that. Tess Holliday's body size beauty standard. And why the rest of us should say F to that. Now, Tess has made a career as being a plus size supermodel. And the fact that she's plus size and a model is actually not my issue at all. I mean, we have plus size people, we have plus size clothing. Plus size people need to see what their clothing looks like. So yeah, I believe that we should have plus size models. But where I'm drawing the line is I don't think that we should have morbidly obese supermodels. And the reason why I say that is because a supermodel is supposed to be the best of the best in the industry. Models can exist with various talents in all sorts of shapes and sizes, but I truly believe that a supermodel should be exemplary. This is no different than every other industry that we have in existence. If you go into a hospital, there are many doctors with different strengths and different aptitudes, but there's only one chief of surgery. If you walk into a graduating class, there's a lot of educated people that all earned their diplomas or degrees, but there's only one valedictorian. In an organization that's thriving, there's lots of employees that are worthy employees that are all working hard and doing their best job, but there's only one CEO. You can be a model if you possess the basic amount of talent at any shape or size. But in order to be a supermodel, I think that you should be exemplary in all aspects of being a model. So what does that mean exactly? Well, I think a supermodel should be exemplary in both the way that they look and behave. Because like it or not, if you are a supermodel, you're also a role model to some people. Which is why I think that putting Tess Holliday in a position like that is extremely dangerous, because she's frequently showing how her lifestyle is so glamorous. She's making it appear that anyone could be a 400+ pound supermodel and be having the time of their lives. She's selling a dream that will inevitably turn into a nightmare for most people that pursue it. The 1990s were heavily criticized for their heroin chic and elegantly wasted look, because it made a lifestyle that is incredibly dangerous look glamorous. So what's the difference here? Making obesity look glamorous or making drug addiction look glamorous? Oh, I know the difference. Not all the models that were looking heroin chic actually did heroin, whereas all the obese models, well, they all are obese. If we remember in the Megan Ann video, Fat Angry Black Girl commented that,
what if we don't have our own personal experiences with the negative side of being fat? Or what if we do and we don't want to share because it's personal?
Well, I think that someone like Tess Holliday owes it to her audience to share the negative sides of obesity, because all she seems to do is glorify how good it is or how good her life is being super obese. And she's selling that lifestyle to her fans. But the thing is, her fans can't afford to live that lifestyle. So instead, they just get fat and don't have any of the money to have any fun. And all the while, they're unaware that they're slowly killing themselves. As Tess claims to be breaking down barriers and making room for plus-size models, I'm very, very worried. Because once you are a plus size model of a certain size, are you supposed to maintain that size? Like, for example, are you a size 14 model, a size 22 model, a size 32 model, and you're expected to always stay that size? Because I find that very worrying. What if this whole new plus size modeling industry has young women look and say, hey, you know what? There's not a really great 5XL supermodel, so I want to aspire to be that. And then have to stay that size? I'm not saying that there shouldn't be models of all shapes and sizes. We do need to see clothes on all sorts of bodies. But why do we have to glamorize the supermodel lifestyle at that size? Why do we need to have people aspiring to be models of that size? That's the problem that I have. When are we accountable for other people's health if we're pushing an industry that requires others to be morbidly obese to thrive in? Here's an example from Tess's modeling boot camp. You see, this lady attended it, and this is what she had to say. Truly a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and I would do it again. Immaculate vibes, amazing people, and the chance to be mentored by someone so influential and kind was just the cherry on top. I was able to not only work on my poses, but receive advice from the goddess herself to help elevate my modeling career. Now, I don't normally judge appearances on this channel, but this woman makes Tess Holliday look small. And she's pursuing a plus-size modeling career. And Tess is encouraging her on this journey. So does that mean that if this woman gets hired, she has to stay the size as long as she's modeling, despite how her health may deteriorate? You know, drug dealers charge people a lot of money for something that should be cheap, that makes them feel good for a very short amount of time, but ultimately is bad for their health. Tess, how is this any different? Now, when I got together with Kayla Shea, Megan Ann, and DJ, we obviously got onto the topic of Tess Holliday. And Kayla started off the conversation with the brand of confidence that Tess Holliday is selling. And then Megan Ann and DJ also weighed in because they were also a part of fat acceptance and they wanted to talk about the type of self-confidence that they got from it. So here's what everyone had to say.
And I was watching, I believe it was your video about Tess Holliday and the boot camp and how expensive it was to like go and get some pictures done in a hug, basically, essentially. I was just like, she is selling the idea of self-confidence when that is something that is so personal and it requires a lot of growth and a lot of realizations and actualizations about yourself. And it's a very personal thing. And I don't think it should, Tess Holliday isn't the only person that does this, but I don't think it should be commodified or sold as like this package, like, oh, you're gonna love yourself after this boot camp, this workshop. I just don't feel as though that's realistic. And I'm seeing them pop up more and more and more as body positivity continues to spread. The idea that it's taken out of like a personal discovery of self-confidence and more sold as like, you'll finally feel beautiful once you join this group, once you pay this fee, once you do what we do, say what we say, kick out everybody that disagrees. And at least in my experience being in fat acceptance a few years ago, it actually did quite the opposite. I felt the worst about myself. I always felt like I had to be either validated by the other people in the group where I wasn't good enough, or I isolated myself from people that simply disagreed with me on very simple things regarding health and wellness and things at the time. So yeah, sorry for interrupting. I'm just saying, you're absolutely correct.
Tess Holliday is a very thought-provoking figure.
Yeah.
She is the gateway drug, in my opinion. But me and Tess go way back, like 10 years. So
Yeah.
He was the cause.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had I can't remember if it was Katie, one of my guests on that was talking about when she was in fat acceptance. Yeah, there was like, oh well, no, it was D, I think. A lot of she had so much confidence in her little community, this insular community, but then she felt completely exposed the second she left. So it was like, yeah, I feel really great while I'm online when I'm out with all my fat acceptance buddies, but then I feel lower than low when I leave.
Yeah, because you're kind of conditioned to feel as though that internet space, at least in my experience, it was an internet space, that internet space is the only place that you feel comfortable with. It's the only place that you're going to be safe. Everybody else is against you, even though that's not true. Like, it's just, they made you, at least in my experience, they made you feel like they were the only ones that understood you, or the only ones that even cared about you.
The toxic relationship.
And I could just go back to a whole conversation about parasocial relationships in general, but like they take it to like the nth degree. I feel like it's bad. It's not good. No bueno. Now she thinks she's anorexic, so yeah.
Kind of going off of what Kayla said, I was like the opposite in a way. So I felt like so confident when I was 15, like when I was in that group. And then after I kind of had like an epiphany and I left, I was like, wait, this is really, really bad. People are telling me that I'm pre-diabetic and I'm like happy and I'm healthy. And I was like, whoa.
That's what happened to me. That's what happened to me.
I was pre-diabetic. I was pre-diabetic. And that's when I finally left. I was like, I can't do this. Like, this isn't like, this isn't real. Like, these people aren't real. Like, they're real, but you know, like the community that we have isn't real. Like, what's real is that I'm pre-diabetic right now at 25 years old.
See, my thing, I was pre-diabetic when I was 16. Like, I was pre-diabetic. I was going through a whole slew of other health issues at the time that weren't related to my weight, as I found out since I've lost a considerable amount of weight. But it just got, I mean, my parents cared about it, but I didn't. And then so it just kind of got like brushed under the rug for a while. And my big wake up call was when I was 20 and my liver started like not functioning properly. And I was on my doctors were like, you're going to develop a non-alcoholic fatty liver. And I was like, oh shit, I don't want that. And I was like, this is all so wrong. And I had already kind of started, I guess, deconstructing, for lack of a better term, from like the online like cult of fat acceptance and body positivity and whatever. But that really like snapped me out of it. And I just had to go unfollow a bunch of people and just stop engaging with so many different content creators and stuff, because I was like, this is just not real. Like Kayla said, it's just not real. So yeah.
Megan, how much weight are you down?
Well, so total I lost about 115. I am currently, I have a doctor's appointment on Monday. I'm dealing with regain. I've been like dealing with regain for a couple years because I did have weight loss surgery, and I honestly think that it did fuck up my metabolism a little bit, and that's okay. But I have also just been like not paying as much attention to my diet as I should be. But I'm going to the doctor on Monday, and I'm just gonna be like, hey bestie, need help. So total I lost about 115. I think now I'm down like 75-ish. So yeah, but I also had weight loss surgery 5 years ago also. So so I'm dealing with that, but my quality of life is still so much better than when I was 300 some pounds and like not doing anything for my health at all. So
last time that we covered Tess Holliday's beauty standards, we discussed how she covers them all except for one, and how she covers them, it's super expensive and time consuming. And you can see that video right over there. But, you know, that's not the most dangerous beauty standard that she's established. Her body size beauty standard is so dangerous, and that's the one that we all should say F to. So Tess, F your beauty standard. And for once, try to be body honest.